Welcome to another episode of Slamdown. Today we're going to be talking about GFW Impact. Now, what a show it was. I think the role Cornette has been playing in GFW has been spot on. It's giving it that extra vibrance, I feel. You know, it's... How can I put this in the best way? Bruce Pritchard was a bit lackluster on screen. He didn't have the chemistry. He wasn't... You know, I got quite bored watching him, where I feel Jim Cornette has got more chemistry. He's a great talker. He suits being the authority role. You know, he did this in the past when he worked for Impact, so I really think they've got him in a great role. We are seeing a bit of chaos between American Top Team with Lashley and Jeff Jarrett. I do actually wonder if Dan Lambert is going to take on Jeff Jarrett at some point down the line, or if we're going to have American's Top Team take on Impact in sort of a lockdown match. That's what I reckon this could be going. I can really see them going in that direction with this, because there has been rumours that Jeff Jarrett's going to return to the ring, but I only believe he'll be returning to the ring just to do that kind of role. Now, we saw Jim Cornette talking to the roster, giving them a prep talk, basically saying there'll be no free rides, everyone has to earn their spot, and it starts with a gauntlet for gold. Brilliant. I quite like that, you know. They're... How can I put it? Like, WWE, for example. John Cena's a big name, he gets more opportunities. With the way they're portraying this on TV, it is... anybody can get a shot, and I quite like that. First match we saw is OVE, Ohio versus Everything, taking on the Heat Seekers. Now, the Heat Seekers, we could tell, were just sort of a jobbing team. So, what they're doing at the minute is they're building OVE up. You know, getting them some victories, putting them against some sort of jobby teams, and then eventually put them against stronger teams. We saw OVE go on the offensive early, but they end up winning the match with a double team area assault. Oh no, actually they went a double team area assault to the outside. OVE connected with a double super kick to win the match. Brilliant. Now this is one bit I really enjoyed, where Jim Cornette had to deal with Eli Drake and Chris Adonis, and basically he agreed to swap the numbers for Eli Drake, and gave him the new number of number 2, which was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, he promised Eli Drake, if I give you a new number, you'll stop badgering me, leave me alone. Eli agreed, he goes, right, okay, you can have number 2. Brilliant. After that, we saw Terrell returning to GFW. We saw her come down to the ring and basically saying Gail Kim was coasting to the title, and basically saying Gail that she's tired of Gail being the show, and she's going to help Gail to her retirement. I like this. People that haven't seen it, go and look up Terrell versus Gail Kim. Amazing matches, absolutely amazing matches, and I think her coming back to Impact really, really helps the knockout division. And we know there's more signings that's already been done, that we're going to see them soon. You know, they're really building the knockouts up back to what they used to be, which I'm impressed with. I will give it they're doing well on this. But Gail interrupted and chased Terrell. Jeremy Borash tried to stop him from getting physical. One thing I did actually notice from this show is the Impact fans were louder. We were hearing more from the Impact fans, because at the Impact Zone they do get kind of quiet at sometimes. But I personally believe because Impact's there and there's a load of tapings, the fans get bored. And it's not bored of what's going on in the action, because it's the same ones there all the time. This is why I think Impact on the road would be a lot better, because it'd be different fans each week. And I just think it'll work a lot better. So I'm hoping next year they go on the road. We did see that fans talking about the great experience at the GFW Impact Live. We did see Lashley, Dan Lambert and American Top Team meet with Jim Cornette. Lashley and Dan approached Jim Cornette in his office. Cornette asked them why American's Top Team attacked referee Brian Hebner last week. Lashley says Bruce Pritchard was going to award him the title after it was vacated, and Ward Cornette to do the same. Cornette tells Lashley he has to earn the title in tonight's gauntlet. Lambert tells Lashley he has to make a choice. After that, we saw what I said. I've said this before Impact announced it, that she signed. The reason I found this information, when I looked on her Twitter, it said at Impact Wrestling in the Twitter profile bit at the side. Actually, it's that side, isn't it? In that side, I saw Impact Wrestling, and I'm like, well, okay. I know she's done live events, but just to do live events, why would you have that in your Twitter feed? So I got the impression she signed, and that's why I reported it. And lo and behold, video promo with Tanya. We know it was going to happen with Johnny Mundo or Johnny Nitro or whatever you want to call him. It's been in the Impact. You knew she was going to come along as well, being husband and wife. But I like it. They're not putting them together. They're keeping them as separate. We did see Grado in the ring saying it's his last night in America after being unsuccessful to marry Laura Van Ness. It was quite an emotional time. He was saying his goodbyes, and there was a little bits of drips and drabs of, I don't want to call them daggers, but when they would turn around and saying, you're not going to do this on social media and everything else, you're going to be in this ring saying goodbye to the fans like a real do you know what I mean? There was a few digs there. And also there was digs at the start at Alberto as well, which I clocked, which is the start of the show with Jim Cornette. So it's making me think Alberto's not coming back. But anyway, as he was saying his goodbye, music hits, Laura Van Ness comes out, but not as the jilted bride, back to her former self. And she informs Grado it's all thanks to him. She gets down on one knee and asks Grado to marry her. Grado says yes. So now he can live in the US. But Congo Kong comes down, but on the ramp, Mohamed Ali Shearer, who causes him to retreat. Now, I know they put Shearer in there, but I'm guessing the original plan for that was to have Tyrus there. But with Tyrus being released from the company, they've brought up Shearer to do that. We saw Eddie Edwards and Jim Cornette having a catch-up. Jim Cornette was praising Eddie Edwards and basically telling Eddie Edwards that he would be proud to have him as world champ. We go to the LX hideout where Conan prepares Loki for tonight's gauntlet. After that, we hit the gauntlet match. Wow, wow, wow. What a match this gauntlet was. I was impressed with every moment of this. We saw Eddie Edwards and Eli Drake starting the gauntlet off. So they had a bit of a battle back and forth, and then Borat came in. And then making his return to Impact was Kingston. Now, I'm happy Kingston's back. I like Kingston. But where the hell is Bram? I might have to start a petition of We Want Bram, because it's getting ridiculous. Bram is really talented. Bram, before of all the stupid Decay crap, when they did the Rosemary and the bloody Bram. Before that, when he was the Chesterfield Play, he had momentum. The fans were behind him. Stone Cold Steve Austin was, saying good things about him. So was JR. Why the hell did they drop the ball on that? I really don't get it. They really need to bring him back and go back to that. But we saw Kingston in there. We saw Sutter, which wasn't a surprise. We also saw Rich Justice, who I think's funny as hell. Now, I'd like them to go in a different route with Rich Justice. I know he's playing the standby wrestler, but I'd like him to see him eating pies. Being greedy with the food. I would like to see him come down in that little scooter. Come down to the ring. Get off the scooter, get into the ring, and then have to lean against the rope knackered. Uses the weight to his advantage. Make him a bit of a joke act. I think, it'd add that bit of comedy to it, but that's, my personal opinion. We saw EC3 come down and eliminate Justice with a low blow and throw him over the top rope. Congo Kong comes down at number 8. Eliminates Borak and Kingston quickly. Suicide enters at number 9. Eli escapes to the outside to take a breather. Muhammad Ali Shearer comes in at number 10 and goes to work on Congo Kong. He chases Shearer in the corner, but Shearer pulls down the bottom rope and eliminates the big man. Chris Adonis is 11th and assists Eli Drake in eliminating Shearer. Phantasma is number 12. Johnny Impact makes his debut and comes at 13. He eliminates Chris Adonis and Suicide. Garza Jr. is number 14. Hits Sutter with a kick, sending him over the top rope. Folha Baha, I hate these names, comes at number 15. Everyone except Eli Drake and EC3 band together to try and eliminate. It's not enough. KM enters number 16, so does Chijiri, enters at 17. Lashley enters at 18. He quickly eliminates KM. Bara, Tajiri. American Top Team watches on from ringside. Moose is number 19. He throws Garza Jr. over the top to eliminate him. Loki is the final entrance. And this is where it got interesting. Between Loki and Johnny Impact, brilliant. Them, I can't wait to see a match between them two as well. EC3 eliminates Phantasma with a TK3 outside. Moose and Edwards hit EC3 with a kick to eliminate him. Ashley's thrown Loki off the back of Moose and over the top rope for elimination. Lashley hits Moose with a spear, but gets taken out with a springboard kick from Johnny Impact. Lashley is perched on the top rope, but Moose knocks him to the floor for elimination. Wow. Like I said, this gauntlet was non-stop. I'm only just quickly glazing over it, but man, it was amazing. Eddie flips Moose over the top ropes to eliminate him. Johnny Impact kicks Drake to the outside, but his feet don't touch the floor. Drake is once again outside, but isn't eliminated. Johnny Impact goes to the apron. Drake pulls him down from outside for elimination. Final two competitors, Eddie Edwards, Eli Drake, which is quite interesting. The two people that started the match lasted to the end. But because it was the last two, it turned to a pinfall submission. Barry back and forth. Eddie Edwards reversed Eli Drake. Eli Drake reversed. But Eli Drake managed to hit his finisher and pins Eddie Edwards for the title. And then after that, American Top Team attack an Impact ref at ringside, and it kicks off again. But overall, it was a brilliant Impact. It was good to see Brown back. I enjoyed the debut of Johnny Impact. I thought, in that gauntlet, he was brilliant. I'm happy they didn't put the title on. And finally, Eli Drake is champion. Now, I'm a big fan of Eli Drake, and I want him to go back with the dummies. Yeah, shut up, dummies. Champion talking. Go back to that dummies part, because the dummy part really got him over. And also, you used to hear the fans going, dummy, dummy. Do you know what I mean? You need that interaction back. Overall, it was a brilliant show. I'm going to have to give it A-. To me, it was the same level as Destination X. I think that Jim Cornette gave it that bit more. Like I said, I was impressed with every part. I do miss Pope. I really do. I miss his quirkiness at the announce desk. I know it's Jeremy Borash and Josh Matthews, but they're very similar characters. They're both sort of play-by-play guys. I'm wanting that colour commentator. I want that funny guy. It's sort of like a WCW formula, because if you look at back in WCW, it was very two play-by-play guys. There was no really colour commentator. I would love to see Taz back, if I'm honest. JB and Taz, that would work. Josh Matthews and Taz? No. But I do believe Josh Matthews should go into sort of the manager role. I think that's where he would be best at, working as a manager, working with the talent. But I'm enjoying with the way this company's going. I'm looking forward to every single matches. I'm just having a quick glance over to see if there's any new signings or any new stuff. I'm also having a quick look to see if Rockstar Spud is still on the roster, because we haven't seen Spud. We saw him have the match with Swoggle, but then we haven't seen him after. So, he's still on the roster, so that's a good sign. Because I'm missing Rockstar Spud, to be honest. I've already noticed they've took Bruce Pritchard off the website, but I think that's more to make it believable. We haven't heard anything about Hall of Fame either. So Still waiting for news to find out who's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't know who I'd want. I really don't. It's a tough one because I'd really want... Forgot his name already. What's his name? Right, it's either got to be between... I wouldn't say the Cowboy James Storm because he's still got more to give. You could give it to Loki. You could, because, you know, he is an original. You could give it to Homicide. It's hard to think. You can even give it to Conan, to be honest. I know he's been away for a period, but he was one of the originals. You know, you've got to think on them lines. You've got Kevin Nash could have it. There are quite a few out there, but it's trying to think of who's under Legend's contract with the WWE that won't turn up. But there are options they've got. They could even give it to Dixie Carter, which I'd be surprised if they did, but they can go that route to sort of say, you know, you did this for the company. Is you in the Hall of Fame? That's it. You're not coming back. They could do a Hall of Fame just as a gratitude thing, but it's really tough. They could do Mike Today and Don West. I think actually, yeah, Mike Today and Don West, I think would be the better option. Have them two because they were at the company from the start and the way they've progressed. I just think it'd be nice to acknowledge them and then give them a Bound for Glory to commentate on one match. That's what I'll go. But that's it for this Impact review. I don't think I've missed anything. But don't forget, on Monday I will be interviewing Congo Kong. Soon as the interview finishes, I will get straight onto the editing to make sure I have it up on Monday. If it's not up on Monday, it'll be up on Tuesday. But I will do everything I can to get it up on Monday. I'm looking forward to it. If you do have questions for Congo Kong, use the hashtag Congo Kong Slamdown. Any question, put that hashtag in it. So then when I go on that hashtag near the time of the interview, I can see all your questions. So I've been your host, Ashley Fang. I want to say thank you for joining me for this show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also post your comment. I do read every comment and I do reply to any comments. So thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon.